Hello and welcome to the Rubberduck Project's first impression of the Orcs Must Die 2. I'm joined as always by Nick.
Hello.
And let's jump straight in. So this is the gameplay of the game.
It's looking pretty good so far, I think.
Yeah, so we've only spent maybe about 5-10 minutes playing, and we've done the first couple of levels. But straight away, what do you think?
Loving the new upgrades, loving the new guns, just loving it all basically. It's amazing.
Same here, really. If anyone's played the original, it feels very, very similar to that. In fact, almost identical to that, just very much more polished, and just added a couple more features.
The main one being co-op, which is exactly what the old one needed, and it's a welcome addition, really.
Absolutely. So this is what we're doing at the moment. We've got Nick playing as the War Mage. He might have a real name, but that's what he's called in the game. And I'm the Sorcerer. New character, seems to be... I never completed the first one. I think she might have been introduced in that, but
not too sure. Yeah, I got about 3/4 way through the older game.
Starts off basically with her implying that she used to control the orcs, so it seems like something's gone wrong.
Yeah, that's in the initial cutscene, isn't it? First thing I noticed was great was my guy's his weapon is the blunderbuss rather than the
starts
crossbow,
with a shotgun. Yeah, absolutely.
Which is awesome. It's like fires grenades. Massive impact.
One thing saying about that actually is that it seems like they've got rid of headshots though, which is quite interesting. Or at least I haven't managed to get a headshot yet.
I couldn't really seem to get a headshot on the blunderbuss.
Yeah.
I got like an area of effect bonus.
Right.
If I got multiple enemies in one shot.
Okay.
But after I completed the first level, I unlocked the crossbow again, and that should get the headshots again.
Okay, so you were getting headshots.
So that's back as well. You get your old crossbow back.
So
that's taken out.
That's one thing that is different to the older game, is that you've got different weapons, or at least you've got more weapons.
Yeah, and it's not just limited to the kind of side stuff that you used to have on the old guy.
Side stuff or the crossbow, exactly. Talking about the sorcerer's weapon, she's got a very fast shooting sort of wand, which has actually like a charge, so you can charge it up, shoot it at, does a big area of effect. Or she got mind control, which is her second one, where she actually controls one or two of the orcs, and they start fighting for you.
Yeah, that did get a bit annoying though, because I kept killing the guy you're controlling, whereas he just gets lost in the big bundle of orcs I'm shooting at.
But well, that's not a problem, because when he dies, he actually does an AOE damage as well.
Right.
So it's quite a well thought out game, I thought. The controls exactly the same. So of course you've got the mouse for attacks, left and right click, primary and secondary attacks. And then of course you've got your traps on the 1 to 5, at least at the moment 1 to 5.
Yeah.
At the moment, quite a lot of the traps are the same.
Except for the sorcerer has their own little. They're kind of the same one. Like for instance, the old arrow on the wall.
Yeah. So
trap it's really similar, but it's instead of arrows, it shoots like some kind of acid.
Yeah. So sprays acid out instead. Also for the war mage, you have a slowing like like goo or something.
It's ice, isn't it?
Yeah, well, exactly. For the sorcerer, it's ice.
Yeah,
that's what you can see there on the left hand side. There, the ice traps. So they actually freeze them solid. One thing that you can actually see at this point there for a second was actually a new addition to quite a lot of the levels. Is actually a minecart that goes through, which you can actually control the direction.
Yeah, it's going to be interactive scenery, isn't it?
Yeah, so it actually adds like almost like a random sort of effect, or a random attack every couple of seconds, where this minecart will go through and hit any orcs that are in the way.
I imagine that in the later levels we'll see hopefully a lot more interactive scenery.
Yeah, well exactly, mate.
With
like
bigger things in the minecart.
Well, exactly. This is maybe the 3rd or 4th level into the game, so it's very, very early on. At the moment, it's just one minecart. Later on, could get more. It's quite interesting to see where that could go. So what more it could actually offer.
Yeah, it seemed like to me that even though it's co-op, I spend one end of the map, and you spend most of your time the other end of the map, and we're doing our own thing, kind of.
That's true. What I found is that I did the first couple of levels on solo, so I played it by myself, and it was a lot easier. The mobs that are coming at us in co-op is definitely a lot harder. They're throwing a lot harder mobs at you straight away.
Yeah,
which is
the
quite
volume
nice.
of them as well, loads more than I think we ever saw in the old one.
Yeah, well, at least for this early on in the game.
Quite interesting new enemies as well. I saw there was one which actually, when you kill it, it splits up into 2 smaller enemies, and keeps doing that until you take it out in its smaller iterations.
Yeah, so this is the elemental, I think.
Yeah, that's the one.
It's an interesting mob. So
I don't remember seeing that in the old one.
No, I don't remember seeing anything like that. But again, I guess it might have been in there, but further in.
Yeah.
I think the best thing to say about Orcs Must Die 2 is that it feels like the first one, just with more polish, more mobs, more.
Yeah, just everything.
Yeah, everything's
needed,
more.
really.
Absolutely, yeah. So they've just added a lot more extras. Actually, to interrupt myself there quickly, there was something that was different for the first one. The collectibles in the first one, of course, the way you unlocked more was through those skulls. It seems like in each level you get a lot more chances to get skulls. One there was actually on the floor that just dropped from a mob, so it seems like there's a lot of different ways of getting skulls or getting unlocked this time around.
Yeah, I mean, we'll come on to the upgrades in a second, once we complete the level, which is now, in the nice little dancing mode.
Yeah, dancing is back as standard. So yeah, 5 stars.
Yeah, nicely done.
And then we go straight into our spell book. But what's different at this point? They've actually given us a free unlock, and then of course you can unlock more.
Yeah.
So this is the spell book.
Yeah, it looks pretty good. Everything can be upgraded in this game now.
Yeah.
Every trap has like a secondary feature, couple of upgrades on that. Every weapon has a couple of upgrades, and there, as you can see, there are loads of upgrades. So
there's trinkets, there's new costumes, that sort of idea. There's a lot more unlocks than there was in the original game.
Yeah.
And it seems to offer a lot more.
It's basically just what the original game should have been, I think.
Absolutely.
Bit more time, bit more polish.
Well, it's exactly what a sequel should be. Exactly the same, or improve on what was there originally, just make it better.
Yep, absolutely. Alright, well, I think that concludes our first impression of Orcs Must Die 2.
Absolutely.
Hope you enjoyed it, and as always, if you liked it, like, comment and subscribe. Thanks very much.
That's it. See you later.
Bye.
Bye.